so we're going to do some baby back ribs on the smoker for today's adventure. And while I'm on the grass, I'm going to let this thing smoke. Give it about 3 hours on the smoker at a low temperature. Then I'm going to bring it inside wrapped up for about 2 hours. Give it a chance to kind of continue to soften up, tenderize, cook all the rest of the way, and then give it about, a half hour to an hour where I'll finish it off on the barbecue and give it a chance to kind of caramelize and crisp up after some barbecue sauce. So what I've got here is I've got 3 racks of the pork ribs and a couple different things. You can use just salt and pepper, and with the smoke flavor, that's amazing. Put some garlic on there, something like that. I've used the Montreal seasoning. There's some different pork rubs you can get. Today I'm going to go ahead and use actually the Red Robin seasoning. It's actually a really good flavor on the ribs, great on meat, and I'm going to do something different. So before I put this on though, there's one thing on the back of the ribs that I want to show you that you want to take off, and that allows for the seasoning and the smoke to really penetrate the underside as well as the top. So what I did is I cut the package open, and I rinse it off with cold water and then pat it down so it's dry. But on the back side, and if you want to come take a look at this, let me show you this. On the back side of the ribs, there is this membrane layer. In fact, this one actually came up pretty easy. A lot of times I have to take my knife and I just go along a rib and I kind of pry a little bit out and then just peel that off. So it's a thin membrane layer, which is, you can actually cook it with it on there, but by taking this off, it allows for the smoke and the seasoning to really permeate into the meat and the ribs. So I like to go through and just pull off this membrane. Doesn't have to be exact. Let's do one more. So okay, here's that membrane. You can see there's nothing there, but I usually find a spot that's already got it coming off. So now with this thing, the smoke and the seasoning, I'll go ahead and season both sides and then bring it out to the smoker and kind of massage it in. So let me show you how I do this. Give it a pretty generous amount on there. This is primarily salt. I mean, it's always, most of these seasonings you get from the store or wherever else, it's salt and stuff. Flip them over. As you can see, fairly generous with what I'm putting on there. And then I'm going to come back over and put just a tad bit of oil on there. I'll use some olive oil. This always bugs me in videos when I see people with raw meat touching things. I go through and sanitize, wash that off afterwards, just so you know. Always a little pet peeve of mine when I'm watching videos. I'm like, did they clean that bottle before they put it back in the kitchen? So just take that oil and kind of work it in. And then I'm kind of pushing it on the ends too here where the ribs are. Every once in a while you get a little bit of a sharp spot, but get some oil on these. Just the idea is to press it in there, and the number one flavor you're going to be getting is the smoke, and then that salt, and then the whatever seasoning's on there. But by the end of this thing, there's going to be barbecue sauce on there that's kind of taking over a lot of it, and that's really, when that caramelizes on there, that's going to be a big feature of the ribs. But this will give it some good flavor. Alright, so this is ready now. I'm going to go ahead and get my smoker all set up and then take it out there and put it on. But you can kind of see, there's the gist. It's not super complicated. And it's kind of this idea, it's the 3-2-1 method. So 3 hours smoking, 2 hours wrapped up, and then 1 hour cooking on the barbecue, kind of open so that the texture and the eventually the barbecue sauce will last a little while, can kind of get all set and just have a beautiful kind of crisp on the outside, not burnt, but then just tender on the inside, falling apart. So I'll take you outside, show you the smoker. All right, I've got just a couple more minutes before this thing kind of settles down temperature-wise. It's been warming up and kind of burning off that initial fire and smoke. But what I'm using is I've got this Pit Boss. I've had this for about 10 years, very similar to Traeger or some of the other pellet smokers out there. And I'm doing apple pellets, so I've got apple in there. Apple's great for pork, whether you're doing a pulled pork or ribs. Great flavor it brings in there. And this particular grill, nothing magical about it, but I've got it set for 225 here on the hopper, which typically runs about 25 degrees less in the temperature here. So this will be about 200 degrees according to this thermometer. And I'm gonna give it about 3 hours. And let's see, just gotta wait a couple more minutes for this thing to be all ready. And voila, it is time. So, got the ribs here, the grill. Let's get it opened up and put those ribs on there. So one thing about this, I do have the ribs all laid out about 1 inch or so apart so that smoke can get all around it, get that flavor in there. And then the fat side for me is on where the heat is. There's a little bit more heat on this side than that side. So as you know your grill, you kind of play with that. But we'll seal this thing up. This thing was, I believe, about 200, 225. It'll settle in there over the next few hours, and I'm gonna give it 3 hours. So I'll typically go 3.5 hours, and then I'm gonna wrap them up. There's nothing I'm doing temperature-wise. I'm just trying to get all the smoke flavor, slow cook, and then they'll really tenderize and get real tender in the foil when I wrap it up after this portion. So that'll be for about 2 hours, and then finish them off with the barbecue. So, all right, let's turn the timer on. 3 hours. I don't have a watch. I don't know why I'm looking at my arm. Get the cell phone out. All right, a little bit ago, I was going out to check on the ribs. It had been probably 10 minutes since I was outside, and I see smoke all over the back patio. And as I look out there, I notice that the smoker is going crazy. And so typically that's not normal for a smoker. It is a grease fire. So thankfully it had just started inside, and so I was able to go and grab this metal tin that I had here in the house, throw the ribs on there, and nothing was black. And there's a little bit on one spot that was just starting to get there, but able to throw them off. And it was almost 3 hours of smoking. So I figured I'd call that good and just go ahead and leave them in here. Now typically I like to wrap the ribs up. I'll put them in here, but it's hard for me to get 3 in here, so sometimes I can get 2, but in the oven I've already got a couple briskets. So I've gone ahead and stacked 3 of them in here, but sometimes what I'll do is I'll wrap them up in foil separately, or I can get 2 racks in here. There's a couple variations, but ultimately you want the thing wrapped up in foil. And then a couple things I like to do is put some of the apple cider vinegar. I'll put a 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup, kind of just drizzle it over, and then some brown sugar. And so I'm going to kind of show you what I'm going to do there. I just put the apple cider vinegar over it, just kind of sprinkled it over. I was about to put it in, I thought, oh, I'll go ahead and do another little video update so far and show you what these things look like. And then also put the brown sugar on there. Okay, so you can see I've got the 3. They're kind of semi-stacked on there, and just getting some braising going on. And my temperature in the oven, I've got it set at 250. So these went right into this foil from the smoker, and there's a lot of liquid that's already I'm starting to see come out. So not super concerned about these things drying out, especially with it covered up in foil. All right, so that's probably about a 1/2 cup of, there's a 1/3 cup here, so that was about a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cover this back up. Actually, why don't I give you a little zoom in, show you what this looks like. All right, so you can see here, the meat is starting to go back. Typically, when these things are done, you want these things about a 1/2 inch off of the bone. So they're getting close, but I'm gonna keep them going, get them nice and soft and tender. All right, got my gloves on. Let's open this thing up. Alright, I can feel I could break these apart fairly easy. So I'm trying to carefully leave them intact. Alright, here we go. And I'm using just the classic Sweet Baby Ray's. It's always good, and it caramelizes really nice. Oh, I forgot one thing. Because of the heat coming on these things, you can burn the tips, the bottoms. So I actually, a little trick I like to do is I like to put the ribs, totally forgot about this. I like to put the ribs actually on the foil. It helps keep the bottoms from getting burnt. Like such. Let's try this one more time. Take my brush. Now these things are actually, they're done. Like I could eat them no problem. They're tender and great. But this extra time here gives these a little bit of opportunity to get some wonderful texture and kind of caramelize that sugar from the barbecue sauce. So you can see, it's just beautiful. But I'm watching because that heat can burn, so I really want to watch those ends, see how they do. Now temperature wise, I'm going to turn it off right underneath it. And leave these outside ones on. And I give it a little while to caramelize, and then we're good to go. Alright, so I've got company coming in just a bit, and I wanted to give these ribs a little bit longer, but I'm going to go ahead and take them off and put them in the warmer so that I can visit with company when they come. But let's take a look and see what they're like. One of the things I like to do is I like to cut them into a little bit. Oh wow, they're soft. That's nice to see. I love it when the knife just goes right on through. Take a little sample here. Ooh, shit's hot. Yep. Smoky. Perfect. Alright, so wrapping things up. I'm in a little bit of a hurry. I've got 2 videos I've been working on. Perhaps you have already seen the brisket video, but now I'm doing a baby back ribs video also. So I got my ribs, I got my brisket, and come on over, let me show you the ribs, what they look like. Alright, so these are the ribs. This is my 3rd set. This was actually when I had that grease fire. This was the one that got a little bit blackened on the edge here. One of the things I like to do when I serve these, unless I'm just like putting on a plate for people, is most people don't like to have to cut their ribs up. So I'll actually cut them into 1s or 2s, and then that way people don't have to go and knife them and figure that out. It's all ready to go. So I'll leave these ones like that. Let's go take a sample here. Hot. So good. Yep. All right, 3, 2, 1. Nothing fancy. Again, the most of the flavor I'm tasting right now, it's the smoke and the barbecue sauce. So whether you use the Red Robin seasoning or something else, it's good, but these are good. So anyway, if you like it, push the like button, subscribe, and then also if you have any thoughts, check out the brisket video too if you haven't seen that. I'll put that up here on the screen, but doing both these at once, a little bit complicated, but it's going to make for a good dinner in a few minutes when the company shows up. Anyway, have a good life.